Okay, today I'm going to be predicting my worst movies of 2016. Now, I don't know for a fact that these are the worst, and at the end of the year I will be compiling a year of the worst along with the best, but as of now I'm going to predict what I think are going to be the absolute worst movies of 2015 based on trailer content, what they've built up to, and overall what the public's reaction and feelings toward them are. Now, coming in at my first spot is Warcraft, as you've probably already seen because of my picture. I don't think this movie's going to be very good. Now, I want it to because it looks like it could be the next Lord of the Rings, but in all likelihood, it's probably not going to be. It's probably going to be an awful mess of CGI and action, like most video game movies are. I mean, if you look up video game-based movies, you will find almost 100 movies, none of which have gotten good reviews. And I don't think this is going to be any different. I don't know what the roadblock is for filmmakers not to make a good movie that just so happens to be based on a video game, but I don't think this movie's going to be any exception. Now, coming in at my next spot is the Ghostbusters remake. Now, for those of you who have seen my What's Wrong with the Ghostbusters trailer video, you know I'm not a fan of this. I think it's disrespectful to the franchise. I think that the actors that they chose are awful. I think that the comedy looks pathetic, not to mention that they're just kind of retreading the original and not even attempting to build something new off it. I think the characters that they've chosen the actors to play are awful characters, some of which are just knockoffs of the original, without acknowledging their rebooted characters of the original. They're saying they're original characters, but they're just knockoffs of the original Ghostbuster characters, and that would be fine if they said this is a remake and these are female versions of those characters, but they don't. They say these are new characters, and it's just a disgrace to the original. Hollywood needs to stop remaking movies if they're going to remake them like this, without any respect or effort. And coming in at my number one spot is the obviously going to be one of the worst movies of the year, Allegiant. Now, some of you are probably fans of this Divergent book series, which I am myself, are going to say that this is incorrect, when that's false. The Allegiant movie, in its first week of reviews, got 0%. That's right, this movie, a blockbuster, got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, while I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes 90% of the time, when they give a movie 0%, I know for a fact that it's going to be bad. Whether I'm going to have a 20 or 30% difference from them, that's still a bad movie. And this movie has only risen by 19%. That's still not even 1 star. And from the trailer, the CGI is awful, the acting's been awful since the first movie. It's a knockoff of The Hunger Games, and The Hunger Games is a knockoff of The Running Man. But The Hunger Games had a really good actress and a really good plot with effort behind it. Allegiant is like the 80s through 90s slasher movies. They're banking off of popular movies that were popular. This movie is banking off of the young teen post-apocalyptic movies like The Hunger Games. And really, The Maze Runner and Allegiant are two of the worst franchises that are going on right now, because they're only straggling on because of the popularity of The Hunger Games. They have whatsoever no plot content, the acting is abysmal, the prop pieces are pathetic, and in the end, they're awful movies. So I think Allegiant is going to be the worst movie of the year. Tell me what you think is going to be the worst movie of the year. Like and subscribe.